Hello, second grade Smarties, and welcome to video 3 of iReady Lesson 8. We are doing subtracting with regrouping this week. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our word problem for today. It says Ming had 42 toy animals. She gave 15 toy animals to her friends. How many toy animals does Ming have left? Now, that was a word problem, so what am I going to do again? I'm going to read it again and circle my numbers and underline important words that tells me what I'm going to do. Ming had 42 toy animals. She gave 15 toy animals to her friends. How many toy animals does Ming have left? Now, we already know this week that we are subtracting, so we already know that we are going to be taking away. But we have to think about the numbers that were given to us, as well as thinking if we are finding a missing part or if we finding what is left. So, in our story, we had two numbers, 42 and 15. If we know we are subtracting, we know that we already have our whole. Which number would be our whole? 42. 42 would be our whole. So I'm going to make a number bond just so I can see what this looks like. And what is the part that Ming is giving away? She is giving away 15. So we have to figure out how many toys she has left. It says that we can model it. And this strategy is Miss Mason's favorite strategy because I love putting a picture of it in my head. So here we go. It says you can regroup a 10 first and then subtract. So we are finding 42 minus 15. So in 42, we have 4 tens and 2 ones. What they're saying is we can take one of our tens, bust it up into 10 ones. So it says make 10 ones with 1 10 and 42. So that's what it did. We started with 4 tens and 2 ones, and then we busted up a 10 and we turned it into 10 ones. So it's still 4 tens and 2 ones, but we're showing one of those tens as ones. So now we can subtract. So we had 42 and we turned it into 3 tens and 12 ones. So we took that 10 away and we moved it over to our ones place. So now I can subtract. So 12 ones minus 5 ones. So if I have 12 ones minus 5 ones, I'm going to have how many left? I'm going to have 7 ones left. So see how they showed us the 3 tens minus the 1 10 and 12. So we had 12 ones minus 5 ones because we took a 10. And now we have 2 tens left. So 2 tens and 7 ones. It says you can subtract tens first. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you, friends. I do not like doing this strategy because I need to see how many ones I have in my ones place first. So it says 42 minus 15 is the same as 110 and 5 ones. So it's saying the first thing that we could do is with 42, we can go ahead and take away that 110 that we have in 15. So then we would go down to 3 tens and 2 ones. Then we could take the 3 tens and 2 ones, change it to 2 tens and 12 ones, and take the 5 ones away and have 2 tens and 7 ones left over. Now, again, Miss Mason really, really, really wants you to start with the ones place because you are going to see most of your equations like this. I can't start in my tens place when I see an equation like this. So I always start with my ones place. So looking at an equation, this is what we would have going on. Starting in our ones place, I can't take 5 away from 2. So my ones place goes over to my tens and they say, "Can I please borrow a 10?" And the tens place says, "Of course. Let me bust up one of us to make a 10 for you." So 10 plus 2 makes 12. So now we have 12 ones and 3 tens in our whole. So with our whole, we busted it up to where we would have 3 tens and 12 ones. Now I can take away my 1 10 and 5 ones. So 12 ones minus 5 ones made 7 ones and 3 tens. And taking away a 10, I would have 2 tens left. Friends, this is why we start with our ones place. iReady wants you to use different strategies. And friends, if that strategy is going to work best for you and you can keep track of what you need to take away, that's great. Fantastic. But for a lot of learners like me, I need to follow procedures. I need to follow the same steps every time. Some friends can learn in different ways, and that's okay. All right, so let's go over to number 7. It says, why do you make 10 ones with 1, 10, and 42? So why did we change a group of 10 and bust it up into 10 ones? Why did we do that? Why did we do that? So we could take away 5 ones in the part that we were subtracting, right? So we busted up that 10 into 10 ones so we could take that 5 ones away. It says how many tens and ones are left after you subtract in step 2. So how many tens and ones were left? So we had 2 tens and how many ones? 7 ones. It says, look at the second model it on the previous page. How many tens and ones are left after you subtracted 1 10? So in this step, when we subtracted 1 10, how many tens did we have left? We had 3 tens. And how many ones? 2 ones. How many tens and ones are left after you subtract 5 ones? So after we subtracted the 5 ones, how many tens did we have left? We had 2 tens and 7 ones. So we got the same part that was left, but it just showed different ways to do it. It said, and so now how many toys does Ming have left? She has 27 toys left. Now it wants us to talk about it. How is step 1 in the first model it different from step 1 in the second model it? Doesn't matter what you do first. Now I'm going to let you guys write this because Miss Mason explained it over here, right? So how it was different is we started by changing a 10 to ones. So we busted up a 10 into 10 ones and then subtracted our ones and then the tens that were left. In the second model it, we went ahead and we took away 110 from 42 because 15 was 110 and 5 ones. So in the first one, we busted a 10 into ones. And in the second model it, we just took away a 10. And so does it matter what you do first? That is up to you to decide. Miss Mason thinks it does matter because then you might forget that you need to bust up a 10 in your second step to take away those ones. All right, and let's look at 13. It says subtract 63 from 82 by taking away tens and ones. Show your work. So we are taking 63 away from 82. So I know that 82 is going to be my whole. So I am going to draw 82 with my tens and ones. So how many tens will we have? And 82, I can look at my first digit. I'm going to have 8 tens. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And I'm going to have 2 ones. Now, In 63, if I were to make an equation where I lined up my tens and ones, can I take 3 from 2? No! So Miss Mason is going to use the first strategy. I am going to bust up a 10. So this 10, so my tens place is being super nice. And I'm going to bust up one of my tens. So now I'm down to 7 tens, and I'm adding a 10 to my ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ones. Now I can take away 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ones left. And now in my tens place, I can take away my 6 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have 1 10 left. So 19 was the part that was left. All right, Smarties, as always, use whatever strategy works best for you. They wanted to show the strategy that they taught us in the model, but if making an equation works best for you, awesome. If making an open number line works best for you, awesome. Find what strategy works best for you, but remember the mental math strategies that we have used for adding and subtracting. Think about your number bonds. Think about what makes sense and doesn't make sense. And as always, keep that growth mindset because you are an amazing learner, and amazing learners do hard things. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow with another video lesson. Happy learning!